Nice morning here. I love the morning because it's not. Is the cop gonna do something about that? You probably should. Yeah. The guy's like standing on his bike. It was just annoying me because I fucking hate the noise. It's like, bro, who are you trying to fucking impress? Old people walking in the morning? I posted a video clip, I think yesterday, or maybe it was the day before now, of Hillary Clinton. And the reason I posted it is because at the end, it's like a news report. And at the end of the news report, the camera cuts out, or it cuts back to the studio. But before it does, her and one of her aides, they transform into fucking lizards. It's a split second, and you can't really see it, but they boarded this place up, huh? Painted it too. This was the creepy building with the crying child here. I've done some stuff about this building. The eyesore, it's been an eyesore here for years. But yeah, that's the reason why I posted it, but it's because of the lizard people thing. But there's no, I didn't really listen to it, what she's saying. That's the kind of quality control that goes on here. But I guess she said something about Trump, because people in the comments started fighting about it, you know, about what she was saying. And you just feel bad. Because everybody that's fighting with each other have more in common with each other than they do with anyone on that fucking screen. You know, and both sides are saying like, well, she's that, and the other sides are going, he's this. But it's always like that whataboutism stuff, like, well, what about when he did that or she did this? Like, and they're just both fucking awful. Is this the pedal bus? Yeah, one of the pedal buses. See the pedal symbols? There we go. But they're both awful, and it's like you want to tell them. I mean, you know, if they saw anything else here, they'd hear it. But that they're both in different satanic cults. The reason they get pissy with each other is because, you know, they're both vying for power among their own little sect. There's three cults, and in the West we deal with the Moloch people, which is Hillary's thing, and then the Saturnists, the Saturn worshippers, which is Trump's thing, the Jesuits. I don't know a lot of the differences between the two of them. I'm sure there are other people that are more knowledgeable in the nitty-gritty of that, but I know that the Moloch people do the kid thing, and the Saturnists don't do the kid thing. And it's the Jesuits are part of the Saturnist cult there. The third cult is based in the East, and it was the one when that Korean president got busted like 5 years ago for being a cult. That's the other cult. I think they're the oldest of the three. I want to say, I could be wrong. Again, there are other guys that will be able to tell you a lot more about the minutia and the differences between the two. But a lot of times that's, you know, that creates some of the tension between the two groups, and in this case, Hillary and Trump. And it's like, you know, it's just sad because the people don't have any idea about this stuff for the most part. And they have more in common with each other than they do with these political figures. How you doing, Sandy? I'll probably see you in a little while. Yeah, like it's like the George Carlin meme. It's like they're all in one group and you're not in it. This whole political facade that they get people to fight over is just that. It's a facade. It's complete theater. They know who's going to be in which position of power. They're groomed for these roles, and it's all predetermined. And there's a couple reasons why they go through the whole pomp and circumstance of the whole election and voting thing, which is just, it's what it is that they run these people out, and I'm sure they have, a few different people that they could slot into these things. If one guy isn't, has a problem, they always have like a runner-up, probably candidate ready to go. But of course, the main thing is so that you think you have some kind of control in the destiny of you and your country, or you and your people, when you absolutely don't. And the other reason why they have to do it is because it's a contracts thing. Evil works in contracts, terms and conditions. So they have to have some kind of situation where the people come out and vote in some manner. And what that does is it gives them then the okay to do something. They have to have a certain percentage of people that come out to vote. It doesn't matter who they're voting for, because who they vote for doesn't matter. If no one turned up at all, they wouldn't be able to govern you, to go ahead and do the evil shit they do, because evil can't just do it to you. You have to do it to yourself. They have to get you to do the stuff, to buy into a contract so that they can then do the stuff that they want to do to you. It's just, evil is telling you there's a fly on your face all the time, so you're hitting yourself. They can't just do it to you. They got to get you to do it to yourself. But the whole voting thing is such a fucking, even if you're not into the kind of stuff we talk about here, or you don't know much about occultism or esoteric knowledge or whatever, I think even then, I think people at this point should be able to see that it's just a scam. Like, it doesn't matter who they vote in, nothing changes. It's nothing. Like, oh, so this guy's going to be the one, right? He's going to be the one, or woman, or whoever you're voting for. Nothing has changed at all, ever in history, from voting a certain person in. As insofar as the people coming out on top of the system, or coming out even to be equal with the system. But but this is the guy, right? Like, he's the one that's going to turn things around. It's bullshit. I remember being a kid, and there was some graffiti near my house on an old barn that we used to drive by. And it said, it doesn't matter who you vote for, the system always wins. And I didn't understand what that meant. But it's true. I mean, at the time I didn't. Of course, now I do. Are you sure? Yeah. 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 I mean, it's symbolic, voting. It's to show. It's to make people think that they have some kind of control. There was a quote attributed to Mark Twain where he said, if something along the lines of, our votes counted, they wouldn't allow us to do it. And I've used that quote a couple times, and then I found one of those quote kind of memes where it has a person's face and then the little quote or whatever, and I put that on my Instagram, and it was flagged for false information. What they were saying is that it's fake. He never said that or whatever. So is that a white woman? That's a white woman, guys. What the fuck? Louis Vuitton. Going off script. But, yeah, so I guess perhaps maybe that's, false information. I don't know. You got to be careful with these things. Like, if you want to maintain some kind of account with these people, these social media things, especially like Instagram, you have to, you got to be careful what you post. Like my new, I have a new personal account there, and I've been real careful about what I'm posting, because usually they get me right away on something, and then they just, throttle me. And then I'll go from having, you know, thousands of likes on a post to having like, you know, 2 or 3. So now I'm back to, you know, getting a lot more traffic and thousands of likes again. If you care about that kind of shit, Instagram, it's in my description, in the video description. But yeah, like something like that. I didn't know that that was a fake quote. I don't even know if it is a fake quote. You know, I've heard it used many times. You know, and I've seen that quote meme many times, and they're saying it's not true. I got hit today with one where it was a picture of this coastline, and they had like a climate meeting there to talk about the eroding coasts, and they had like, it was like a news thing, like a news story, whatever. So they had all these politicians on this coast, and it shows the water and everything in the beach, and then and it says the year that they're having this meeting, and then it shows a photo of the same coast from early 20th century, and it's exactly the same. Like there's no erosion at all. So they said that was I got hit with that one. They said that's partly false. I don't know. It's just a picture showing one thing, and under it another. It looks exactly the same to me. It's the same place. And they flagged my post as fact-checked as partly false. It's like, well, what the fuck? And ultimately, what you gotta really just understand is, I mean, you really can't do anything on these places. If they don't like what you're saying, they'll just say, they'll just make shit up. Like, no, it's not real. Now, the thing about it is, I mean, you can clearly see it's the same place. I mean, maybe the years aren't exactly right. I know the news conference is, right? But maybe the picture is from 1927, not 1925, and that's how they hit you. But if you can look at it, and I'll put it on the screen. So that's the one they got me for today. So I'm not going to be there long, you know, but while I'm there, it's fun. You know, I don't even know why I bother with these kind of things, because it's the same thing. I start an account, I try to be careful, and then eventually they're just like, it's like Deliverance or something, right? Like you're driving down south, and they don't like the looks of you, so the cop just breaks your taillight and then tells you, "Leave your taillight out." It's akin to that. It's the same thing. If they don't like what you're saying, they're just gonna shut you down. It's too bad, but that's everything. That is the world we live in, and those are the hands we're given. Don't blame the teacher. Blame the school.